Robbinsdale police are asking for your help in finding a man who stole a car with a child inside. It happened around 7:30 Monday morning at the Hy-Vee gas station in Robbinsdale. Police say a woman was putting air in her tires when a man jumped into her car and started to drive off. A 4-year-old child was in the back seat. The thief stopped the car in the parking lot and let the child out unharmed before speeding away. The vehicle was found abandoned a short time later in Golden Valley. Robbinsdale police also discovered another stolen vehicle that the same individual dropped off in a parking lot just before he stole the car at Hy-Vee. Police are asking for anyone who might have any information to give them a call. Brooklyn Park is trying to find ways to keep city roads safe. The result of a recent crash analysis are in, and Eric Nelson joins us to reveal what the city discovered about certain streets and then what they're doing about them.
Thanks, Shannon. Between 2016 and 2018, Brooklyn Park did a study of problem intersections. After reviewing the data, the city made improvements to 3 of them. One of the problem areas was 76th and Hampshire.
We had a sight visibility issue there.
This intersection has a 2-way stop sign in the east-west direction, with no stop for north and southbound traffic.
We had some blatant blow-throughs. We had some people that were just inattentive drivers. They were on autopilot and they just missed the stop sign, or they had to slow down at the last second.
To increase visibility, the city cut back some trees, made the stop signs larger, and put a bright orange plate on top of the red octagon.
And then back a couple hundred feet, we had some stop ahead signs.
Another crash-prone area was 73rd and Zane. Drivers blowing through stop signs was also an issue at this intersection. Police enforcement has been increased, and orange flags are now above the stop signs.
So far, so good there. I mean, those were implemented in October, and I don't think we've had anything since.
The study also focused on 85th and Zane, which is the junction of 2 county roads. Confusion over turn arrows had become problematic.
We observed a lot of crashes, left-turning crashes, on that flashing yellow arrow. So we worked with Hennepin County to drastically restrict when the flashing yellow arrow will come up eastbound and westbound.
Brooklyn Park does a crash analysis every 3 years to study accidents. Now there are other problem spots in the city. Those are being studied or improvements have already been made. In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
The city of Robbinsdale will be taking a closer look at selling tobacco products at its municipal wine and spirits store. The city has been taking steps to further regulate tobacco by limiting flavored tobacco products and raising the age to buy to 21. The city manager says the question has frequently come up. Should the city be selling tobacco at all in their store? So the city council will discuss the matter this week. Tobacco sales account for less than 2% of the store's overall sales. Edina does not sell tobacco products at their municipal store. Whether you're an accomplished athlete or a worker with a desk job, there's another way to improve your mobility and reduce injury. As Corey Bork explains in this week's Business Matters, it's a first-of-its-kind business in Minnesota that's helping people do something many of us don't do enough of.
Push toward me. 3, 2, 1, push.
At StretchLab in Plymouth,
There you go, push, 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 push.
Kevin Heck is helping to work out a common problem.
Most people have a really tight hamstrings and calf muscles.
Mike McMillan could use a deep stretch, something many of us don't do enough of.
And most of the time, when people have, let's say their back is sore, they're usually the hamstring or their IT or their glutes or something is tight.
StretchLab is a new concept that focuses on something simple.
Lower your arms.
It caught owners Carla and Sean Van Drale's eye.
Something that really sells us is that it's for everybody. Doesn't matter men, women, what age you are, if you work out a ton, if you're a corporate person, if you're a student athlete, it's for everybody.
StretchLab focuses on the kind of stretching we can't do on our own. Specially trained workers called flexologists are here to help.
So we're going to start off with some traction, oscillation, again, that's warming up the joint, the muscle.
I decided to try it myself.
I'm going to start giving you pressure. You're going to feel this in that low glute. You let me know when you're at about a 7 out of 10. So you want tension but no pain.
Anna Twynham is doing a special technique called PNF stretching that contracts and relaxes the muscles several times to give a really deep stretch.
So I'm going to give you a tap. I'll have you push into my shoulder here. So give me a push. So that's a contraction. We're contracting that muscle we're trying to stretch.
I must say my muscles need some work.
Consistency is key. So whether it's once a week for 50 minutes or twice a week for 25 minutes.
StretchLab also has new technology that shows individualized specialized areas that need improvement.
Definitely see that you're tight in your hips as well as your hamstrings.
Assisted stretching not only helps improve athletic performance, it helps with everyday life, no matter your age.
For someone who couldn't get in the bathtub, to step up and over, and after a month coming to StretchLab, she's able to do those daily tasks that she wasn't able to do.
So how did the session go for clients like Mike McMillan?
It felt refreshing.
And those tight hamstrings are feeling better already.
People are saying it's a stress reliever, better than a massage. It just helps their day, helps their week, and they can feel it 2, 3, 4, 5 days later.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
StretchLab has a second location in Minneapolis, and they plan to open a third in Maple Grove. Temperatures are in the 40s, and that's reason enough to get outside and enjoy what's left of fall. Over at Brookview Golden Valley Golf Course, a return to normal November weather had the course reopening, with hardy golfers not willing to put their clubs away just yet for winter. The start of November was one of the coldest on record, so some warmer weather had golfers clamoring for the outdoors.
It was fine. It was a little cold, kind of hitting rocks, but it was all right. For mid-November, we'll take it.
Absolutely, we will. At Brookview, you can play 9 holes for just $10 or $20 for as much golf as you want. For more CCX News, check out our website, ccxmedia.org.
The Wayzata football team carried an unbeaten record and #1 ranking into Friday's Class 6A state playoff semifinal game with second-ranked Lakeville South. Trojans looking for their 12th win of the season and their first Prep Bowl appearance in 8 years. Opening drive of the game for the Cougars, Willie Bastier takes a handoff, makes a nice cut to his right, and then it's a foot race. Bastier goes 43 yards for a touchdown. South strikes on its opening drive, and it's 7-0. But Wayzata comes back and scores in its first drive of the game. 4th and goal from the Cougars' 2-yard line. Christian Vassar in for the touchdown, and Wayzata ties it up. Second quarter, Tom Schmidt fakes the handoff and then takes it himself. No one on the left side of the defense there. Schmidt's TD makes it 14-7 Wayzata. Big play late in the half. Bastier looks like he's going in for another touchdown, but Drew Birkland strips the ball just before he gets to the end zone. Sam Robertson recovers for a Wayzata touchback. And the Trojans turn that into points. Vassar scores with just 12 seconds to play in the half. Just getting in, the Trojans take a 21-7 lead into halftime. First drive of the second half. Vassar with another of his 44 carries on the night goes 6 yards for his third touchdown of the game. That makes it 28-7. Wayzata goes to 12-0 on the season. They move on to the Prep Bowl with a 28-14 win.
And the fans enjoying.
Our O-line played phenomenal. You know, I think there were some times we're just kind of just driving guys off the ball and doing a good job. And I think, you know, coming into it, we knew our key to this game was going to be to be able to stop the run and our ability to run the ball and take our shots when they were there. So we were able to do that. I thought our defense played phenomenal. Doing a good. That's a good football team.
I just took what the O-line gave us, and the O-line played amazing tonight. Led me to some big runs, and you know, I just took them when they were there. I have to give all the credit to the O-line.
Yeah, he's a great player. He always finds the holes, and we just hope he can block for him, and he always finds a way to make a big play.
So it's Wayzata and Champlin Park for the Class 6A title. That game is the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 29th at 7 o'clock at US Bank Stadium. Well, more on this matchup on CCX News in the days leading up to the game. Several local schools were represented over the weekend at the Girls State Swimming and Diving Meet at the University of Minnesota. Highlights from the Class AA Finals. 200-yard freestyle race. Armstrong Sierra Smith is the winner with a time of 1 minute 48.28 seconds on a great night for her. 200 individual medley. Wayzata's Melinda Zhang is the runner-up to Anoka's Reese Dehane. Her winning time 2:01.16. In diving, 6 local girls make the finals. The top finisher among them, Hopkins' Susanna Fish, who takes second place. 500 freestyle, Claudia Chang of Edina is the winner. Armstrong sophomore Zoe Bresnahan takes 4th place. 100 breaststroke. Wayzata's Jenna Marquette swims hard but loses a close race to Anoka's Dan. And in the 100 freestyle, Smith swims to victory again. Her time 50.29 seconds. We talked to the Falcons senior about capping her high school career as a state champion.
It was just so much fun representing the Falcons for one last year right now, and I just left it all in the pool, so that felt really good too. Like, my main goal was to drop time, and I was just going into it thinking, I'm going to do my thing, race as hard as I can, and just use the other people around me as motivation. So, I mean, props to the other people too. Like, we all really raced and fought hard, so it was really fun.
Lake Conference teams take the top 4 spots. Edina wins its 15th state title in girls swimming. Minnetonka is 2nd. Eden Prairie is 3rd. Wayzata, the top local team, in 4th. Armstrong is 8th. Maple Grove, Hopkins, Osseo, Champlain Park, Rogers, and Park Center also scored points. Visitation won its 5th straight Class A title. Hutchinson is 2nd. Breck, the top local squad, in 5th place with Benilde St. Margaret's 9th. Taylor Williams of Benilde won the 200 freestyle race.